Alright, so up next is adding music. You can add music, you can also add video files. I touched on this previously, and DesiQner is very wide in terms of the media files it will accept. So you'll see here as an example there's some MP4s, some WAV files. What I've got here mainly are some video files. The advantage of being able to add this in is syncing your music to the ride perfectly. The way it's done is you come down to your file folder, select, you'd go to your network document file, wherever you keep your videos, wherever you keep your music, click on that, OK. It's going to say, yep, do you want to load those in? You'd click yes. What then happens is all your media files will load into the software. What I'm going to do is use this Sunto Adventure video. Click that, drag it down, and you'll see that I've got a little plus icon there on stage 3. That means, is this where I want to drop it? Well, look, you could move it side to side. We'll go stage 3 for today. When I let go of the mouse, it comes up as a bit of a fail-safe troubleshooting mechanism. Duration of the music is shorter than the stage you're attaching it to. What would you like to do? Well, as you see, you've got some options. You can do nothing, and you can adjust the length of the step. At the moment, this step is 7 minutes and 3 seconds. You'll see my Sunto movie here is 2 minutes 21. Cut from the back, so what would that do? Well, that basically cuts off about 5 minutes of this step, or adjust all steps to fit the video file. What I'm actually thinking is I'm going to cancel out of this. You'll see here that it's red, so that means that the file is shorter than the stage, as that little pop-up says. What you can do is click and drag that, and I might bring it to the front here. And I had a change of heart. Okay, so I've got my video, and I want to drop that down into one of the stages. It didn't quite fit on the third stage, and I didn't want to shorten it by over 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is actually drop this media file into the warm-up. You see here, that's then going to give me some new options, because the file I'm trying to drop is actually bigger than the stage. So again, I can do nothing. I can adjust that later on. I can extend, add, or insert one step. There's all the examples here. What I think is probably the easiest thing to do in these situations is actually just extend the last step, because it means that your intensity profile stays the same for that warm-up. It just means it goes that little bit longer, and in this case it's going to go for about 20 seconds longer. So I'm going to hit OK. What you'll see here is that the media file has now been inserted. The music duration fits precisely with the stage duration, so we're good to go. You'll see that the stage is 2 minutes 21, Sunto Adventure movie 2 minutes 21. It's as simple as that. Look, if your video or if your music file is a little bit shorter than the stage, it's going to come up red. It will give you some warnings. It will still play during the ride. Just be aware that you will get some warnings, and it's going to be red. What I'd highly recommend is planning your stages so the music and the media files fit exactly. It's really easy to do, as you've seen, and it's going to be such a better experience for everyone. Now that I've added some media in, there are some new options that have appeared on our little wizard tabs at the top here. You'll see the play button. What that allows you to do is just that. You can start to play. The yellow cursor will move along, and this is where this insertion tab starts to become a pretty cool feature. What I'd like to do for this warm-up, as I press play, I'm going to be pressing insert, so I'm actually going to be changing the steps, but you'll sort of see I can hit it on the music as we go along. So here we go. You see here that the cursor starts counting up. I have the time here as well. With this video, it's got a bit of voiceover. I'll show you the actual visuals of it once we go into a biking session through iQniter. But it does start to build a little bit as they start talking about it. So you hear there, slight change in music. So what I'd do is split the step there. Knowing the actual video, it changes scenery right there and continues on. But you get a basic idea of this insertion, split the step into where the cursor is. The next step that it's coming up to now, just on 55 seconds, we're pretty close to the mark in terms of what we want. So just coming up to a minute. So we can leave that one there.
I want
For the first 2 seconds after a step, it won't allow you to create another step. And that's just for obvious reasons. Big change in the music there, so I've just inserted another step, okay? Have a think about that. So as the music's playing in the background, boom, what I'm actually doing now is going to increase the intensity here because you can tell that the music has really had a good change. Anytime you can pause that, answer the phone, talk to someone, go off, grab a coffee, grab a cup of tea, come back, alright, we're back into it, press play again. Okay, we just had another change. What I want to do, split there. I actually did an extra step there, so I'm going to merge that one, and you can see that that's just cleared off down the bottom here, so I'm good to go again. Another split there. So straight away, from a very simple warm-up, I've now got a few extra steps. You can play around with those for the intensity, but you know then when you play that back with the video, it's going to really hit spot on and create that wow factor, which it's all about. Got a couple of little wizard options here. The music note will clear that music. So if I've got a media file here, I don't want that anymore, click that one, that gets rid of it. Check music. That way you can go through and actually make sure what media is attached to which stage. This is very handy when you have 10, 15 stages for the longer rides. You can go through and just have a quick checklist before you head out. Hit OK. The key thing if you add media to your designer ride is to save it onto a USB. Take that USB into the studio and use that USB plugged into the same computer or the same PC that you're running your session off for the cycle class. Really simple to do. You come up to the Sessions tab at the top, so I'm just going to minimize some of these other boxes to keep it simple. You'll see here new options become available to export the music to USB. Click on that. It's going to say 1 music files, 5 stages. Do you want to export it to the USB? Absolutely. That's done. What that does is actually create a file, a custom session music file on your USB. So if you're using it for other things, that's fine. But when you go onto your USB, you'll see a session music file. That'll have all those files for your rides within that. And then as long as that USB is plugged into the computer, it doesn't matter which computer you go to. You can take that anywhere. It's a cloud login for these rides. So you can log in, as long as iQniter is installed on it, you can log in. You can plug a USB in. You can have your custom ride there ready to go. That, quite simply, is how you add media. And you could go nuts. I've got a video here of funny cycling moments. So that's 4 minutes 10. What I'm going to do is drag that, drop that down into stage 4. Like that. Again, it's going to ask me, look, it's not quite right. What do I want to do? Look, for this one, I'm actually going to cut it from the back because this ride was pretty solid to finish off. Cut it from the back, get the green line. Happy days. If you were to drag this Sunto Adventure video down, drop it, do nothing, click OK. You see, as I say, it's red. What becomes available is this little wizard. This you can go to, and I'll give you those options again of doing nothing, cut from the back, adjust all steps. Again, if it's too long, it'll give you the other options, okay, in reverse. But that icon will only become available if you see red here, okay? But look, I don't want that video in twice, so I'm going to get rid of it. What I actually did there was cancel the music off all stages. So that was a bit of a mistake. I'm going to actually bring this Sunto video back in here. Funny cycling moments, back into stage 4, back up and running. Save that, and now you'll see that the funny cycling moments have been added to my USB. Yep, I want to update that. I can now go and run my designer session through iQniter cardio training with the biking software. This video has been quite specific to cycling. You can also think outside the box with this sort of designer software. If you want to create a circuit class, a CrossFit class, anything with an intensity profile where you know you want to hit the right training intensities, you can simply leave cadence off the screen, you can leave bike position off the screen, and then it's an open canvas. There will be more videos on doing different types, for different activity types, different session profiles, so stay tuned for those to come about, but as you can see, it'd be very easy to do any number of classes with this software. So I'm going to leave it there. Next up, I'm going to run you through what this session looks like in the iQniter software.